What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Duck Koala coming at you guys with a brand new video, and today's video is going to be a little bit of a different one. Today is going to be kind of like a first look at one of the new cards coming to Clash Royale, and that is going to be the clone spell. So if we actually go over here to our cards, if we go over here, we go all the way down, boom, right here. So we have the level 1 clone. So rarity is going to be an epic card. It's going to be a spell. It's going to cost 3 elixir. If you guys look at the stats right there, it says clone common level is going to be 6. Cloned rare level is going to be level 4. Cloned epic and legendary both going to be level 1. And it has a radius of 3 tiles. Duplicates all friendly troops in the target area. Cloned troops are fragile, but pack the same punch as the original, doesn't affect buildings. Now, the purpose of today's video is I'm actually going to be giving you guys a kind of like an in-depth review of the clone spell, and it's going to be courtesy of moesports.com. Now, this is actually, they're not sponsoring this video, they're not paying me or anything like that. I was just kind of roaming around and I found this website, and they had a pretty good in-depth detail of the clone spell. So if you guys want to check it out, the link will be in the description down below, but I just wanted to make sure they got their recognition because this is where I'm getting all of my information from. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. So first and foremost, the clone spell. What is it? The clone will duplicate or make a copy of all the friendly troops within its radius. The catch, the duplicate troops will only have 1 HP. Now remember that. The duplicate troops will only have 1 HP. So how does it compare to other similar cards? The clone is a very unique spell as it doesn't deal out any direct damage or have any effect on your opponent's troops or towers. The only comparables really are Rage or Mirror. Rage costs 2 elixir and has a much larger radius of 5, whereas close costs 3 and has a radius of 3. So I think they meant clone. So whereas the clone costs 3 and has a radius of 3, Mirror costs as much as elixir as the card that it mirrors, whereas clone costs 3 elixir regardless of which or how many troops are clones within its radius, which leads us to what it's good for. So what they kind of go into right here, showing what it's good for, is they go back to Hearthstone and they kind of talk about Death Rattle. If you guys don't know what Death Rattle is, or if you never played Hearthstone, it's pretty much like whenever a troop in Hearthstone dies, and it has an effect whenever it dies. In Clash Royale, there are cards in Clash Royale that do have a Death Rattle effect, like whenever they die, they do something, and that's going to be the Golem, the Balloon, the giant skeleton, like those guys. Like the golem, whenever he dies, he splits into 2 golemites. The balloon, whenever he dies, he drops a bomb. Giant skeleton, whenever he dies, he drops a bomb, etc. Like the lava hound, whenever he dies, he busts into a lot of lava pups. Whenever the lumberjack dies, he releases a rage spell. Things like that. Those are pretty much what they're going into. So like cards like golem, lava hound, skeleton, giant, lumberjack, they would all be prime targets for cloning. A cloned skeleton giant, or a cloned giant skeleton, will almost immediately generate a bomb dishing out almost 1,000 damage. So whenever you think of the clone spell and you're like, okay, well, the card that's summoned only has 1 elixir, why is that good? Like, what good would that do? So if you have an opponent that has a crap ton of stuff coming at you and you need to clear it, you play the clone spell like on a giant skeleton or golem or something like that, and it kind of creates, just more distractions or anything like that. So, I mean, that's pretty much going to be the basis of it. Like if they have a big air attack coming at you, you throw it down, you clone your golem, and then he'll bust, and then he'll have 2 golemites, and you still have to deal with it, and you can drop troops to handle all the situation. You can play another lava pup if they have, or another lava hound in front of your lava hound if they have an inferno tower. I mean, there's just so many different combinations that you can do. So the clone may work well on a swarm of attacking troops, but it will be extremely vulnerable to the likes of Zap or Log and Arrow, stuff like that. Another drawback of the spell is the spell actually slows down the troops you are cloning. There is some leaked footage. It's kind of blurry, so I'll go ahead and throw it right here. So as you guys can see, elite barbarians move really, really fast, but while they are inside this clone, or whenever you clone them, it actually slows them down a little bit. The next little topic that they go into is how do you stop it? So as mentioned above, spells such as Zap, Log, Tornado, and Arrows will make short work of the clones. Even an Ice Spirit will finish off the clones if timed properly, but the key is to figure out how to deal with the Death Rattle effect, which is whenever they die. So like if a Lava Hound is cloned, then you need to deal with 2 batches of Lava Pups. If a Lumberjack is cloned, then you likely have to deal with back-to-back Rages, or fast-firing ranged defense troops such as Archers, etc., and Musketeers will be very helpful in clearing off the extra set of attacking troops like that. Another question that gets asked is, how is this going to change the meta? Clone will player extra reasons to use troops with death rattle effects. So like you'll see cards like Golem and Lava Hound and stuff like that all become really popular. So you can expect that to be added into the current meta, currently what's being thrown in. Giant Skeleton will make a run, like comeback. I mean, Giant Skeleton beatdown decks have failed in the past, but whenever you add in a clone where you can have 2 giant bombs like just bust, that's going to be ridiculous. And then we may even see like, you know, obviously we have Lava Hound. I mean, and just Lava Hound decks have been everywhere, but I mean, well, that means that you'll have to play cards like Zap and Arrow and stuff like that. You know, everyone kind of stopped playing Arrows and Zaps, but I don't know. I mean, you'll definitely see the meta change whenever that clone card comes out. So that's pretty much been like a in-depth review of the clone spell, you know. So let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of the clone spell? How do you think it's going to stack up? If you guys want to read the same article that I read, the link is in the description down below, so that way you guys can, you know, just read it for yourselves. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed kind of this video. It was more of an informative video than it was like an actual gameplay. So I'm sorry if I was boring. I'm sorry if I was dumb or anything like that, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that thumbs up button. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I love you all so very much. Thank you so much for tuning in to another koala video. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe for more daily content from your boy. And once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, I will see you all later.